Hello everyone, good morning. It's the time now is 12:30, well nearly 1 a.m. At the moment. Um, I miss YouTube. I miss making videos. I miss a lot of stuff. Sorry, it's been a long time since I posted my last video. Been really busy. I wish I could explain more, but anyway, it's the same symphony. I am busy, haven't got time, but I am really trying to find myself to make some time. So anyway, today we're gonna go back and talk about the montage. And by the way, just to let you know, release I think 201 is out. It kind of I think it does fix the bug of freezing the montage. So I think reading the notes and the tech notes, they did figure out stuff about why it's going down. And I think I've been working on this now for nearly 2 days, making this song you're gonna hear tonight, and it's good. So far, I've not had any freezes or crashes and everything. So fingers crossed. If you download the 201 update, which is the latest one as of today, this is the 11th of 17th of October. Then you should be absolutely fine. Hopefully fine. So anyway, um, tonight I'm going to talk about a really interesting and important feature, really cool one, that is not available on the montage. And I think a lot of people might wonder when they go live the following. So let me just explain what I'm talking about here. I've got the Genos down there. I've got the lights just to pointing at it, and just to explain what I'm talking about now. If you look at the Genos, I'm also going to use my iPhone to record as well, just in case. So recording with my iPhone here. If you see, when I'm playing stuff, just going to zoom out a bit. There are there's a transpose button, and that basically obviously got an octave on and off, but the transpose button does the following. So for example, let's say you're going live, try to play a song, and you transpose it up again. Sorry, just can you not see my hand doing this? Okay, fine. Yeah, so anyway, let's just hold the C, transpose, C, transpose, C. So you can see when you are transposing, the whole thing will change. So if I play the song and if I transpose down, now again, so you notice I'm holding the C button, C chord. Anyway, so now you get the idea. On the Genos, I can do transpose absolutely fine. And if I'm going live and someone, a singer comes out and he decides to, they decide to sing in a different tone or a different pitch, then on the Genos, it's a no-brainer. You just easily press the transpose and you're done. On the montage, there isn't any transpose button, and that's the topic of tonight. So I wanted to talk about how can you adjust, or how can you create a quick change thing on the montage, so that you can change the tempo, quite easily. And to be honest with you, after our experiences with this, it's the sound of it in the end is much better than the Genos. I explain why. So if I do and I transpose up and down, you see that jump. It's not like, it's not like doing, it's like that. So it's like going up one key over time, not like gradually going up and down. So on the montage in here, if you see my previous video, you press utility, and then you press the note shift, and then as you go up, as you can see, the note shift does that. But the problem with note shift, and this is what I experience, and it's kind of an annoying one. When you do a note shift and you play, you record, you do the stuff, and then you come back. After you finish the note shift, when you're trying to change the song, it doesn't sound the same. It just the making of it is different when you're trying to transpose it or trying to change the settings. Even though you can do the note shift per part, but the problem is it doesn't sound the same. And also, is this, using utility and doing the note shift here is not a good way to do it. So try to avoid doing that if you are trying to record your song and then play it live later. The aim of this is to kind of change the song so that, or change the parameters in the song so that in life you just press something and the whole thing adjusts like we have on the Genos. So without further ado, let's go into a song I prepared earlier, and I'm just gonna play that now. So if I do go to track 1. Right, so now you can see that's the beginning of it. Yep, so now I wanted to transpose the song to a different, well, obviously transpose the song in either octave or something else. So let's go into this one. So what you do, I have the following tracks. So we've got track 1 is the accordion, track 2 is a little piano just for backing up, track 6 strings, 7 guitar, 8 guitar, and you've got well, 7 and 8 usually the last tracks. 14 and 15 I always keep for drums. So this one and this one I own, and this one is a bass, and this one is an additional strings if I need, but I'm not using it now. So anyway, so when you want to transpose, obviously you want to transpose just certain parts. You don't want to transpose the rhythm. So what we'll do, we're going to learn, or we're going to do how to transpose the parts that we need and keep the parts that we don't. Excuse me. So going into this one, initially we're going to go into part 1 to 8. So part 1, click edit, and then you go to part settings, and pitch is what we need. So in pitch, there is a note shift. So you can see my screen. So general, pitch, and then note shift. If I play here, and if I shift the note, so let's assume that I like to do 2 up, or 4 up basically. Right? If I play the song now, I'm off. It's not the same. It doesn't work because I only have one part going. So if I do this again and then go into note shift, put it back to 0. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to learn to assign the control to get this whole thing adjusted. So if you just hold the control assign there, so just first of all, make sure you click on the note shift there, make sure it's highlighted, click the control assign, hold it, and you can see that screen. I mean, just gonna cancel. I'll press again. If I click that assign control and I look at that screen, that's so intimidating that immediately I'll press cancel because I don't know what it says, right? But don't be scared of it. I know it covers it up, it just comes up in your face, and it's just, you fill up the whole screen and press the don't worry. So now we have assigned control. So now it's waiting for us to do something. So if I just, you know, that little knob number 8, if I just turn it around there, back and forth, and now I have where is it gone? 12.2. Right. So now I have assigned the knob 8 to do my stuff. And if I do, you can see so it is okay, but it's doesn't doesn't sound what we want. So what we need to do, when you do it initially, you'd have a uni selected. Click bi-directional, so you can go up and down. If you do uni, you just go up, and then it starts from 0. But if you go bi-directional, the knob starts like this, not just go on and off. So it'll be back plus and minus, if that makes any sense. So bi-directional, and the ratio in here, the ratio's got 100 plus 127. 127 means it can go up to 127 up and then 127 down, which is quite a lot. We don't want that transpose. So I think just to be reasonable, we're going to change that into 12, because we want just to 12 octaves. Sorry, to 12 keys in an octave. And that is a better way of doing it. So 12. So plus 12 in here. And we'll notice now when I turn the knob, what's going to happen. Nice. And that's what I talked about earlier. You see, the jump in there, the jump will be gradual. It's not like, it's like, it's not just transpose, it's transpose and tone at the same time. Transpose and tone, which is quite gradual. So you can pretty much match any voice that's requesting you to do stuff or to change the pitch to fit their needs. And in fact, sometimes you can come up with a pitch that's not available on the Genos or any other instrument, because it's like in that kind of sweet spot in between that you really like. So now we have assigned 8. So if I just go out and play. Now notice I'm turning the knob, and that's what happens, right? So stop, and going back to 512, just to suit the others. Right. So now we have kind of created a nice change to track or part number 1. And to do the same, I'm going to repeat for number 2 now. So number 2 is also, that I also want to transpose at the same time. So we'll do that. So I'm going to go into this one, edit. And I'm just going to go into general, pitch, and note shift. And I'm going to also hold the control key and press the same one. So it is the same knob 8. I'll explain that in a minute. Why am I doing the same one, even though they're not going to move at the same time? So same thing. We're going to bi-directional 12, and that's good. And so if I go into this one, so let's say I'm here on, and I go back into 1. They're not the same, right? And we can fix that. But first, let's just assign each one to the same knob, and we'll take it from there in a minute. So I'm just going to come back in here. 512, good. And this one, same thing. General, pitch, shift, and then control assign knob 8. Perfect. And same thing for number 7. also the same. Pitch, shift, and control, assign, and then 8. Good. Now this one bidirectional, this is going to have to be 12. Yeah, exactly. And 7, the same. So 6 bidirectional, also 64, 12. That's what I needed. Yeah, so 1, good. 2, 6, bidirectional. 6, 7, 8. 8, we've not done it yet, so let's just do 8. Part settings, pitch, shift, control, and assign. Bidirectional, 12. You can do 12. You can do any value you like, but reasonably, it's just 12 makes more sense. And so now I got 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. And then I'll do the shift to select the other one. So now you're gonna do the other. This is the strings. Same thing. And bidirectional, 12. Good. 7, the same thing. Oh, which is the track 14. And here we're going to same thing, control assign, and then 8. Right. Bidirectional, 12. Good. Perfect. Now, as you can see, we have just done assigned the thing. So if I'm playing live, let's play this one. And if I click this one, I'll change one. How to? See, each one has got a different world, which is what we don't want. So I'm just going to store it for now. And now we're going to assign all of them. So if you wanted to do a kind of a master control to kind of assign the whole thing in one go. So when you change the knob, everything comes up and down. This one you press common. So let's just go to first one, and then for example click edit. And now let's just do common, as you can see in here. And this time I'm going to add. So adding into common, I'm going to assign part 1, assign 8, and I'm going to do assign, where's it gone? Assign knob 8, that's fine. Yep. So part 1, assign 8, and then part 2, part 1, and now you got to do part 2, sorry. Part 2, assign 8, because we are changing the assigned 8 that we just did. And that's going to be a pitch as well, which is assigned knob 8, that's fine. Exactly. So now, if I go to common and change, see that? You see what happened there? Let me explain. What that means is, if I go to 1 only, and then change it, 2 will not change, because I'm only selecting 1. So I'm going to 2. But if I go to the common now controls 1 and 2 at the same time. So if I change the common, and now play, go back to common, change it to something else, and as you can see, it works fine. So you're going to do 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. Let's just do this one. So part 6, assign 8, and that's going to be assign, yeah, that's pitch. And then, so 6, part 7, assign 8, part 7, assign 8, and part 8, assign 8, part 8, assign 8, good. And we also going to add, where is it? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 as well. So 13, part 13, assign 8, and part 14, assign 8. So now, all the parts we need are all controlled within the same thing. So that's perfect. So if I exit now, store, yeah. Now, if I play the song again, go to common, if I wanted to change the pitch now, I just go into see that? Beautiful. It's cool, very nice. Now, we're not done. I think it's a good, cool feature. I think it really works well with the system. So it is really nice. And now you got one knob to assign, control the whole instrument, and this is very, very useful in live. So when you're doing live, and you know a singer comes up and she's like, I can't sing that tone. Can you please transpose it to lower or higher? Then easy. So that's nice. It's a really cool feature. It's a shame it's not built into the instrument. They have a button for it, etc. But this is how you do it if you wanted to do that stuff. And that would work also after record. So after record the thing, using the knob, it'll do the note shift perfectly, flawlessly fine. I did find maybe a bug, whereas you power up the instrument and then you load it up again, and that sometimes doesn't work. Just go to one of the parts and then go back to common. It will work fine. I don't know if it's by coincidence, but it works fine. It's just does the job nicely. Now the other bit is, you can see that here when you say assign 8, which makes it doesn't mean anything. So let's just change that thing. So let's just say on part 1, I want that to say transpose bass. So in here, just go into there, click edit, and you can see on your display name, you see assign 8, change that into, say, expose, transpose, and let's just say accordion. Don't know if that fits. Yeah, so transport accordion. You can see that here on the sub-screen, transpose accordion. The second one, same thing. We've got to do transpose. Come on. Piano. Good. Number 6. This is going to be strings. So transpose str. Yep, that's good. And then transpose guitar 1. And then transpose guitar 2. Good. And going into this one, transpose string again. Let's just call it string 2. And this one, transpose bass. Perfect. So now, when I'm looking at this, I know exactly where I am. So here, 7 and 8, I'm not touching because there's a rhythm. So 6, which is 14, transpose bass, transpose string 2, and going into here, string guitar 1, strings, and then piano, and then accordion. Brilliant. Now the common, I need to also assign it. So I'm just going to say here, transpose. Let's just call it all in capital letters. Sorry. Done. Yeah. So now transpose here is we can do be clever about this and say transpose all. Brilliant. So that's it. So that is how you store. That's how you make transpose the system to suit a pitch. Now, one thing to mention, when you do that transpose, the number sometimes can be a little intimidating, just doesn't mean anything. Because the system is designed as a 2 to the power of 10, which is 1024, 0 to 123, it's divide that by 2 is 512. That's why you get the 512 in all of them. But the knob control goes 2 bytes basically, goes from 0 to 1024. So yeah, 0 to 1023. That's what I meant. Sorry. And that number may not mean much. I could not find yet any way to kind of display that number differently. So, for example, just tell me from 1 to 12 as opposed to 0 to 1023. But to be honest with you, with that, I don't think it matters because the reason is because of how the call it the sub-transpose is happening. So between this and that, there are about 440 kind of notes or frequencies between them, and that is doing the whole thing. So it doesn't do it justice if you do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. But I think just for a visual perspective, just to be on the safe side, you could look at the lights using that button. So for example, count the lights instead of count the numbers. So they're not 12, they're 14, but I think it works perfectly fine. So if I wanted to do 4, for example, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not looking at this 7718 here, the number. Doesn't mean anything. But if you really want to be accurate, and I think it really is nice once you get used to it. Say you have a singer, they're not 778, they're 77781, which is a slightly different pitch. you can actually write that number down, and to suit, yeah, for example, person X will sing at 781, person Y will sing at 780, 776. And it is how you build up for life, which is really great. So I hope that makes sense. So I tried to, 1, 2, 3, 4, try to cover that up. So let's just play the song and just to show you what, I think we played it now. Just gonna... This song I just done in 2 days. It's a work in progress, as you can see, but I thought about sharing this tip about how the whole thing works for the transpose bit, because that's really, really important. And I think for such a beast instrument, it really does it justice to have that kind of, you know, feature in there. So once you're on stage, you can change it instantly whilst you know, someone is doing the thing. And if you don't want to see that, you can just click the quick edit and you're out of it. So now it's gone. You're doing something else. You're doing the sub controls and stuff. If you want to come back to it, you just click the assign button and you're there. And it's done. So that is I didn't want to make it into a very long video. So I hope that helps out. Thanks for watching, and we'll come back again in the next video. So as I am busy, I'll be doing a mix between the montage. I'm going back to do stuff on the OMAP, and I've got also more things to share later on. So I got a new toy, more toys. So I got I got a laser. Sorry, my voice is a bit not good. Anyway, so I got the laser I'll talk about later on. This is the acrylic one, and I've got the metal one. This is a 100-watt laser. Well, the toys and accessories. And I've also got some giveaways, because I am kind of tidying out my office and I've got some things to actually give away. So bear with me. I will come back to you later on, and giving things away in the office. So I don't need them, because I'm either haven't used them for years, or just haven't got time to do stuff with them because I'm actually focused on something else. So anyway, thank you for watching, and lovely to see you. Have a nice day. See you later.